Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not. And this is a bit of a guide to the Road to Berlin. The Road to Berlin new game mode that's been out for a few days now on Water Tanks right across the planet. This guide hopefully will give you a few hints and tips to do your grind and get your rewards efficiently, as well as have a bit of fun along the way and get some free stuff. I'll tell you what, whenever they give out free stuff or whenever they dangle the carrot, you've got my attention straight away for a little bit of free stuff. We can do this through this PvE mode, Road to Berlin, which kicked off, as I said, a few days ago, and we've still got over a week to go, and I reckon it's pretty good. I've been playing it. I hope you have too, and I hope you've been enjoying it. Hopefully these tips will help both the free-to-play players out there, the people like me who like to drop a little bit of gold every now and then into the game, or the full-on wallet warriors who want to go hardcore and go hard or go home, and hopefully they can get some free stuff as well. If you're unaware, we'll have a look at the website. The website is probably our first port of call will be the website. Take the Road to Berlin and reap the rewards. There's a lot of information on this website. This is for World of Tanks Asia, and there's a video there which you can watch which shows the gameplay. It shows you about the types of tanks. The types of tanks, there's 5 different types of tanks on there. Where is it? There's the Wing Spearhead, the Ironsiders, the Beast Slayers, the 1st Tank Battalion, the 48th Breakthrough Regiment. They all sound pretty cool. There's 3 Soviet divisions, tank destroyers, heavies, and medium tanks. There's American mediums and British heavies. And they've all got superpowers as well. They've got these other boosters, which I'll show you when we get to the garage, and they're pretty cool as well. In short, basically, you start at stage 1. There's 5 stages to each battle. Hopefully you can see that. Yep, looks like you can. There's 5 stages to each battle. You start attacking the enemy, and then the enemy start to push back. Then you attack again, and then they push back again, and then you've got to kill the bosses towards the end, which is like they're like king tigers, and they've got a lattice symbol above their tank, and you can kill the other tanks as well, but time is of the essence on the final stage. You really want to make sure you kill those, and if you do that, you have a good game, you'll get some good victory points, and victory points is how your progression is measured in this game mode, in the Road to Berlin. Scrolling down again, it's got about respawns. One thing that I've seen people, and I've been playing it during the week, and I've seen a few people run out of respawn, so they just leave. Don't leave, because if your team managed to finish that stage, you'll get another one. They're going to do that twice per game, so I reckon that's a pretty good part of it. It's a little bit different. It's similar to Frontlines, where you get your respawns and all that kind of stuff. Progression system and assault orders. This is the kind of stuff which is going to increase the level of your units. Your tanks start on level 1, they go up to level 2 and to level 3, and there are also 5 different stages of this mission to get, and this is what this guide's going to be about, is to how to efficiently do that. Well, there was a group called Team Efficiency. What happened to those guys? They'd be pretty efficient at it. Don't worry about this. And as mentioned, hopefully there'll be stuff in this guide for the good players, for the not so good players, for the average players, as well as the free-to-play players and the people who like to spend some money. Going down, there's the 5 stages and all the rewards you get when you finish stage 1. This is the progression stage of the game. You get some tokens for your random battles, for some times 5s for your second victory of the day. You also get some training booklets for Russian, British and American, because they're the tanks that are in this game mode, or they're the tanks that you'll be driving. There's some bounty equipment. That's the one that's got my attention. And there's also a tier 7 Russian heavy premium tank, the IS-2S, the IS-2 shielded, which looks a lot like all the other ISs and IS-2s in the game, but they're pretty good. I reckon it looks pretty good. It looks like someone who's driven through some barbed wire or something. I've driven through some roadworks with a temporary fencing on my way to work. Anyway, orders. Orders is another thing that we want to highlight in this. And orders, this is important. This is the bit where you want to start paying attention. Every unit gets 1 times 5 order at the start of the day. In addition, you can buy orders for times 10 and obtain orders for times 15 by victories. Now, to address that, we'll go back into the garage. Where's the garage? There it is. There's a garage. You click on the Road to Berlin symbol down here on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and this is how it's going to look when you first go in there. There's your progression through the different stages. We're on 0, and there's the level units we were talking about. Now, the Russian tank destroyers. The Russian tank destroyers are on level 1. You start off with Su-85Ms, and level 2 is the Su-100, level 3 is the ISU-122S. Now that goes through for all 5 different types of tanks. The British heavy tanks are Churchills of 3 different levels, and their superpowers are an artillery strike, which works exactly the same as artillery strike works in Frontlines, and full throttle, which I reckon is pretty cool. It makes the Churchill not known for its speed. It makes it get up and go. Either gets to the action quicker or gets away from the danger quicker. Up to you. The 1st Tank Battalion, which is the American medium tanks, their superpowers are airstrike, again, which works very similar to the Frontlines airstrike, and incendiary shells. Magic bullets is what I call them. Incendiary shells are shells that if you penetrate the enemy, you're guaranteed a fire, which I reckon is pretty good. The Russian medium tanks have got those incendiary shells again, and they've got the Katyusha rocket launchers. I'm sure that's the right way of pronouncing it. Those rocket launchers, they bomb the hell out of the bad guys, and they can do a lot of damage, I'll tell you right now. Again, works like an airstrike. Minefield is for the Ironsides, which is the Russian heavy tanks, as well as a mortar strike. Again, mortar strike works, again, similar to artillery. And the minefield, you lay a minefield, and if the enemy are there, they'll cop a bit of damage. And the ISU 122S, the Russian tank destroyers, they've got the magic bullets as well, the incendiary shells, which are guaranteed to set a fire, as well as attack aircraft, which can bomb the bad boys. Now, shortcuts. This is what we're talking about. When you first start playing a game, you get a times 15. These times 15s are automatic. You don't need to do anything to initiate them. So when you play a battle, if you've got a times 15 sitting there, like you can see, I've got one sitting right there. If you've got a times 15 sitting there, you play a game, whatever your score is, it'll be times 15, win or lose. So you want to make sure, even if you don't win, you want to make sure you have a half decent game, because your score is based on your progression. There's 5 different stages. Remember, we talked about 5 different stages. If you don't complete the first stage, you get a big fat donut. But if you get all the way to stage 5, even if you don't complete stage 5, you might get around about 100 bonus points. Victory points, I should say. And so if you're running at times 15, you want to make sure you're getting right up to the end. So on a base score, let's say 100 for round figures, you'll get 1,500 points. Now, 1,500 points, when you look at the operational stages, the first stage is only 500. So if you get if your first game is a times 15, you get 1,500 points. You'll wipe out stage 1, and you'll be a good way into stage 2. You do it again, stage 2 is worth 2,000 points, stage 3 is worth 6,000, stage 4 is worth 12,000 points. And once you complete stage 4, that's where you pick up the IS-2 Shielded, the Tier 7 Russian heavy premium tank. And the stage 5 gives you the bounty equipment. That's another 15,000. Now, with these orders, if you click on the button, the orders, you can see the 3 different kinds of orders that you get. The times 5, so again, on a base score of 100, that'll be 500 points. It's a hell of a lot better than 100. You get these every day. As long as you've utilised the times 5 already, you get the times 5 every evening when the server sort of reboots or does whatever it does. It's about 2 o'clock my time anyway, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane time. You get those times 5s as long as you've already used the times 5s. You start off, you can buy some times 10s, and you can buy that with gold through the in-game client. And the times 15s, you start with 1 for each group, but you can also unlock them by doing missions. Now these missions, and I'll show you these missions right now. They're in the garage. If you go to your mission tab, they're not too hard to do it. Go to the mission tab in your garage, scroll down to where it says Road to Berlin. This is for Tier 7 tanks and above on random battles. If you play a game in your top 7, you'll get a token for a times 15. If you play after doing that, if you play another random battle, Tier 7 above, you get top 5, win or lose, doesn't matter, or draw, you'll get another token for a times 15. And then for the third time, it doesn't have to be third time in a row, but if you play another random battle and you're top 3, you'll get another token for the times 15. So if we go back into our Road to Berlin tab, and you click here where it says exchange for the times 15s, you click on the exchange. If you've got one of these tokens, that's when you click it and you assign it to whichever one of these group of tanks that you like. So if you like playing the wing spearhead, for example, and this, if we didn't have one, you click exchange. If you had the token, click exchange. Your next battle that you play in that group of tanks is for times 15. Again, another way of taking shortcuts, if you click on the word Berlin up on the top right hand side of the screen. Now this will only come up if you haven't already done it. If you've already done it, you probably already know about it. The winter bundle. Now this isn't bad value, and this is probably for people who don't mind spending a bit of money or a bit of gold. I'm happy that I've still got gold left over from the Christmas boxes, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. If you've got a bit of gold left over for the Christmas boxes, this probably isn't bad value. 3,750 gold will give you 30 days premium. I think that's normally worth about 2,500 gold. It'll also give you 20 personal reserves for bonus experience and 20 personal reserves for bonus credits. Now they're hard to come by, those bad boys. So without hesitation, I did that, and that clicking on that lifted all of the units up to level 3. So the units aren't on level 1 anymore. The reason I mention that is when you're playing battles in this game mode, if you're at level 1 and you're playing with level 3 tanks, and therefore the bots that you're shooting are of higher, harder to damage, it is harder to get a good score. And if you're running a times 15 booster on a tier 1 tank, your score isn't going to be too high, and that times 15 isn't going to be utilised. So that's the reason I say this is what I did. I had the gold sitting there. I used it, upgraded all my units to level 3, so that all the level 3 tanks can certainly fight the enemy with a lot more confidence. There's also a tab there about the event, which has got a lot of the same information as is on the website, and you'll see these maps do look quite they'll look quite familiar for sure. Ruinberg, Deep Fried Line, and this is the new Berlin map. Now you can't see it by clicking on it, but this Berlin map will be coming out very, very soon. Saturday morning, I believe. And for another hint and tip for the Berlin map, every game you play on the Berlin map is ×2, whether you're running a booster or not. Every game is ×2, and of course then there's the boosters as well. There's some more information in there on that tab about the orders, the ×10 orders, which we click on this one. There it says in the premium shop, you click on here on purchase. You don't have to spend real money. Again, if you've got gold left over from Christmas time, like I do, like a lot of people do, like a lot of my friends have as well, you can buy the ×10 orders. You can buy one for 150 gold, which is probably not the best value. You can buy 10 for 1,250 gold, which also comes with 3 days of premium and some 20 more personal reserves for XP. Or you can go the big one, which is 30 days of premium. This is 2.5. This is double, 2,500 gold, 20 times 10 boosters compared to 10. 30 days premium and some more of those credit boosters, which I love. Now, speaking of credits, this game mode is credit neutral. It doesn't cost you and it doesn't make you any credits. Remember with the Frontlines, so many people were playing Frontlines and they're playing Frontlines and making lots and lots of credits, and conversely some people playing ranked battles not so long ago and burning credits like you wouldn't believe. Well, this is a credit neutral mode. Every game won't cost you any credits whatsoever. There's the reward tank, and see what I mean about driving through a fence? It looks to me like it's driven through a temporary fence, but anyway, it looks pretty cool. It's the IS-2S, but this video isn't about the reward tank. This video is about a few shortcuts. One other thing I'd like to mention, you can platoon with up to 5 people. There's 5 people on a team, so if you've got 4 friends you want to play with, and if you want to maximise your score, taking all tier 3 tanks in will give you an opportunity to get a better score, because there might be more enemies to shoot, there might be more of the final boss at the end, the King Tiger, might be more of them to shoot as well, and shooting them, damaging them, killing them is what gives you your big score and determines whether you win or lose as well. Once again, I just want to go over these times 5, 10 and 15. Times 15s can be earned. You can't buy them. You get one when you start. You get one when you start for each set of tanks, but you can earn them. You can earn 3 a day through a tier 7 or higher random battle. Top 7, top 5, top 7, top 5, top 3 will give you one of these. You can do that 3 times a day. The times 5, as long as you've used yesterday's one, today's one will come at about 2 o'clock my time. Midnight server time, I think it might be, and the times 10 are only available for purchase. $12.50 for 10 of them, or $2,500 for 20 of them, and they come with those other things. One last thing again before we wind up the video. I know it's probably gone for a little bit longer than we thought. The platoon side of it, you can have 5 people in a platoon. If you want to get the Berlin map, which is double XP points for the victory points. If you want to get the Berlin map, you need to be in a tier 3 tank, a level 3 tank. So if you're doing randoms, maybe that's not the best way to see that map and to get the big bonuses. As mentioned, if you want to play, if you're a free to play player, then don't stress. You get the times 5 ones every day. You also get 3 times 15 bonuses every 3 times a day for doing those tier 7 battles. And if you look on your the operation tab of the Road to Berlin, in your garage it'll have all the different stages. So stage 1's only 500 points. Bearing in mind a good game will be 100 base points. Multiply that by whatever it is. So 100 might turn into 1,000 with your times 10s, 1,500 with your times 15s, or 500 with your times 5s. 500 points for the stage 1, 2,000 points for the stage 2, 6,000 points for the stage 3. I did those 3 stages on the first night, and like 20 points into stage 4. 12,000 for stage 4, 15,000 for stage 5. pretty simple, I reckon. And my tip, I reckon it's worth leveling up to level 3, but I understand if people are free to play, they don't want to do that, that's fine. Just play your games. It doesn't take too long. It's only 800 XP to upgrade to level 2, and it doesn't tell me how much it is to upgrade to level 3. I think it might be another 1,500 or something like that, so it's not disastrous. And of course, those points that you get also count for the victory points for your overall progression as well. I reckon the rewards are pretty much worth it, and I like how it's pretty good. And you can also join up with your platoon mates, clan mates, platoon mates, whatever you want to call it. There's some more information on this website too. I highly recommend you check it out. It's got information about the tanks as well, the incendiary shells, the Katyushka rocket launchers, and all the different tanks that you can use. I'm enjoying it. Doesn't affect your stats if you're worried about your statistics. Doesn't affect your credits at all, and maximise your battle efficiency. That's pretty much what we've gone over there. That's a bit about the bundle for the gold, and also there's the free ×5s every day, and all those training books that you get too as you progress through the stages, which are going to help you cruise for your other ones. And don't forget, your chance of getting the Berlin map is 30%, long as you're in a level 3 unit. That's what you want to be, and victory points on that map is doubled. I'm going to wind this video up. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Checking us out. Checking us out on Twitch, playing the game. Have a look at that. That's what you want to look at. Don't forget to like us on Twitch, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. We'll be doing it for the rest of the promotion. I've been having fun. I've been having fun playing with it. Feel free to leave a comment below if you've got any questions at all. And hope to see you. Hope to see you on the battlefield. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and see you all next time.